A small room, early in the morning. A woman of 92 waters her one plant, makes her one cup of tea, and opens a bank passbook worn soft at the corners. She smiles at the total, the slow, private smile most people save for grandchildren. Then she locks it back in the steel cupboard and spends nothing. Today, like every day, for 70 years. She said no so many times that no stopped being a decision and became a personality. And when she was finally done saying no, everything she never lived was folded into an envelope. It crossed a city she never saw properly, carried by people she never met. Inside it, 70 years of a woman's mornings. And it has arrived at exactly the wrong door. The door belongs to Practical Papa, who opened it in his pajamas and became rich before his tea cooled. He read the letter 4 times, then held it up against the light. Money like this doesn't visit his family. And being a careful man, he knew exactly what to do with it. Protect it, grow it, pass it on. It's what she would have wanted. Bill Perkins, the trader who told us unspent money is unpaid work, wrote a whole book about why that sentence is a trap. Look at the timing. Home loan paid, kids grown, niece filing complaints, both of them. At 30, this money was a different life. The flat, the business, the mountains, back when climbing was a hobby and not a dare. But at 55 is just a very good chair. This is the standard package most people inherit in their 50s and 60s. After the flat, after the kids, after the window. Call it the assign delay, help that arrives after the helping is over. Money, remember, is life energy, stored hours of someone's life, and stored hours expire like everything else in the fridge. Her gift went to the wrong papa. The right one left 25 years ago with no forwarding address. Then papa opens Freedom Plan version 13 to deposit the money. The file purrs its little welcome and sees it. The spreadsheet is already writing the same letter to his kids. Estimated delivery, their 60th birthday. That's not an inheritance plan. That's a family tradition of missing the window. Papa decides the tradition ends this weekend. Here's how, and the first step is the one nobody wants to hear. Lesson 1, the top. Papa's graph goes up forever. Perkins says it is supposed to have a top, a peak year, usually in the 40s or 50s, but after which it should come down on purpose. If it is still climbing at 72, you didn't win. You paid for the party and stood outside guarding the shoes. So why can't Papa stop? 3 numbers live in his head and nobody has introduced them to each other. The survival number. Food, home, health. Papa's math, around 6 lakh a year. Fair amount. The comfort number, plus the AC in May, the hills, saying yes at a restaurant without mental division. About 12 lakh. Also fair. And then the fear number, the third FT, the gold nobody wears, the policies from every cousin who ever became an agent. Ask for what it's for. Just 1 more crore. Ask again next year. Same answer. The fear number doesn't respond to math. It's not a safety net anymore. It's a pet. It purrs when fed. Papa has heard that sound before. So Papa runs a version of Perkins' rule of thumb. Comfort number times years left times 70%. Because invested money keeps working while you spend it. 12 lakh times 25 times 70%. Around 2 crore. Everything above that, the book never names. Call it the party fund. What if I left 200? That fear has products, not piles. An annuity buys a paycheck for life. Health cover caps the nightmare. Cover the fear. Stop feeding the pet. Lesson 2. The window. Letter still in hand, Papa sits down to do the most responsible thing he knows. Write his will. Properly, with clauses. The book catches him at clause 7. A will, Perkins says, is control from the grave. Generosity scheduled for the one day you can't watch it land, with rules you won't be there to bend. Papa wasn't writing a will. He was writing his aunt's letter, with better handwriting. Giving has a window too. Perkins target: hand money to your kids between 26 and 35 when they are old enough not to burn it, but they are young enough for it to change the road. A gift at 30 compounds for a lifetime. The same gift at 60 is just a very good chair. So Papa transfers the deposit for his daughter's first flat. She'll waste some of it, probably. Mistakes at 30 are just tuition. Mistakes at 60 are just losses. And you're alive to help. He does attach a laminated instruction sheet. She frames the sheet, spends the money her way. Nobody weeds the garden. Papa survives. Lesson 3. The glow. Papa still thinks giving is a transaction. Money leaves, gratitude arrives. File closed. Then, a week later, his daughter video calls from the new flat. She doesn't show him the rooms. She shows him the balcony. 6 clay pots, tulsi, chilies, one stubborn lemon sapling she has named after him. She never weeded the garden, but she's growing her own. And Papa's chest does something the FDs never managed. Perkins calls it the memory of dividend, the reflective glow of being alive to watch your money become someone's life. His aunt bought Papa a fortune. She never got this phone call. That's the tax nobody talks about. It works beyond family too. Help given today saves people who go on to help others. In 50 years, it arrives after the emergency. On giving later is always the worst deal. So put one gift where you can watch it land this month, then actually watch. Papa keeps the letter in the drawer now, not as money, but as a note from someone who loved him and never got to see it land. His aunt was generous for 75 years, but never once got to feel it. She never saw her face change. She never got the phone call. She never stood in the doorway of her life, her hours unlocked. That's the cost of giving later. It isn't lost money. It's never getting to watch. You will not be at your own will reading. That day belongs to everyone but you. But you are here today, while your kids are still becoming, while your eyes can still arrive on time. Generosity has a window too. Yours is open now. If you could hand one person money in their 26 to 35 window, who is it and what would it unlock? Name the person, name the thing. And notice what this weekend didn't fix. Papa's hand still shook over the transfer button. That shake isn't a math problem. It's the saver's trap. The wheel that keeps spinning after the chief stops mattering. That's the next experiment. Why we can't stop working and what one wakeboard has to do with it. Until then, the edge isn't leaving more behind. It's arriving on time.